Hi, my name is Darasimi, and I'm going to teach you about properties of exponents. Before I start teaching you guys about properties of exponents, I would just like to tell you about ACE Tutors. So ACE Tutors is a nonprofit program that tutors kids for free. All of the classes are taught online and has a variety of courses from math to sciences to pre-honors prep. Tutors classes such as pre-algebra, algebra 1, geometry, algebra 2, geology, basic physics and chem, astronomy, pre-honors prep for honors English and honors physics, and it also tutors math for kids in 1st grade through 6th. Classes are taught by credible tutors who have passed all of their classes with flying colors. And for more practice problems or to access the slide that I'm going to use to teach you properties of exponents, make sure to join the Google Classroom using the code M2MUUF7. Okay, so a recap of exponents learned from Algebra 1. When values with the same base are multiplied, the exponents are added together and the base remains the same. For example, in m squared multiplied by m squared, we basically just add the exponent, so 2 plus 2, and that will give us m to the power of 4. In 2 squared times 2 to the third power, we would just add the exponents together because they have the same base, and that would just give us 2 to the fifth. When values with the same base are added or subtracted, the exponents do not change, and the basic rules of addition or subtraction apply to the base numbers. For example, m squared plus 3m squared equals 4m squared. Because they have different bases but the same exponents, we would add the bases. So that's with the same, because they have different base with the same exponents, we would add the bases. So 1m squared plus 3m squared is equal to 4m squared. And same with this. Well, not really, because this one has different exponents. It has the same base, but it has different exponents. So we can't really add it together. That's as simplified as it gets. So our final answer for that question would be m to the 7th power plus m to the 3rd. Okay. When values with the same base are divided, the exponents are subtracted from each other and the base remains the same. For example, x to the 3rd divided by x to the 2nd equals x. We basically just subtract 2 from 3. 3 minus 2 is equal to 1. And anything to the power of 1, you don't have to put the exponent there, or to the power of 1 there. You can just leave it as that base. And same with this. Y to 16 divided by y to 3 is basically just subtracting 3 from 16, and that would give us y to the power of 13. Okay. M squared multiplied by m to the 3rd is different from m squared to the power of 3. Each gives you different answers. To solve the first equation, you would add the exponents and our base would remain the same. To solve the second, you would multiply the exponents and keep the base the same. Negative exponents simply mean you switch the position of the exponent from the numerator to the denominator, or vice versa, depending on its original position. For example, x to the negative 4th, you would switch, x to the negative 4th already has a 1 at the bottom, so you would switch it, and that would give us 1 over x to the 4th. When you switch an exponent, when you switch a value from numerator to denominator, make sure you take out the negative, because when you switch it, that's how you take out the negative from a value. And same with this, since we would need to switch the numerator and denominator, so it would just be x to the power of 3 over 1, which can just be simplified to x to the power of 3. Radicals and exponents. So radicals and exponents share a common bond. Whenever you're giving a value with a radical, you can always convert it into an exponent. Every radical has an index. An index is a small number to the left side of a radical as shown in the picture below. That right there is an index. And that right there is a radical symbol, and the number or the value inside of the radical symbol is called a radicand. Even the radical that does not seem to have an index does. It has a default index of 2. And that's it. Thank you. Make sure to join the ACE Tutors Google Classroom.